They stepped through the door to find themselves in a wide hallway.
Ah, another hallway.
Junpei, June, Lotus, and Sana stopped for a moment and looked at their surroundings. A short distance away, a metal grate extended across the width of the hallway.
Come on, open!
The other side was where you come out in the first-class cabin.
It's not going to open because you rattled it, you know.
Damn it!
They took a hold and shook, but it refused to open.
Look over here!
Nobody was in. Nearby was a pair of
Elevators. And the buttons? Of course they don't work.
The power must be out here too, just like by the staircase.
That leaves this door. Well, looks like we don't have any choice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure does.
Well then, let's open it.
All right, here I go.
Junpei grabbed hold of the knob and quietly pushed the door open. Oh, a kitchen. He entered slowly, trying to take in as much of his surroundings as he could. The others followed shortly.
Oh, so it's a kitchen.
Sana did not look pleased.
What were you expecting?
Isn't it obvious? The exit? I was hoping this would be the way out of here.
You really think it'd be that easy?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I know.
As they talked, Lotus headed deeper into the room. Until at last she stood in front of the door,
If
door.
we can just get through this door, we should come out on the other side of that grate we saw earlier.
No good.
Sorry, guess that wasn't very constructive. Neither Junpei nor Lotus looked terribly happy.
Anyway, let's take a look.
Junpei dug the ship map out of his pocket and spread it out in front of him. As he did,
Hey!
What's that?
it's a map.
Huh? Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to tell you. I found this a little while ago. It's a map of the B deck.
Before Junpei could finish, Lotus snatched the map away from it. Aw, bitch!
Let me see that.
Fuck you! She ran her finger across it, muttering to herself.
Knew it. See? Look.
Yes, hold your horses.
Junpei did as he was told.
What did you figure out?
Let me guess, this connects to where the hallway is. Sana and June moved over to look at the map as well.
This is handy.
See? We came in here. Now if we go out there, then we'll be on the other side of the grate.
With her finger, Lotus traced a path on the map.
How about that? She's right. We can get out through there.
There we go. Here, you can have it back.
Thanks, bitch. Satisfied that she had been correct, Lotus folded the map and handed it back to Junpei.
Thanks.
He took it and slid the valuable piece of paper back into his pocket. P.S. Down here was where the casino stuff was.
There's a card reader on the right side of the door.
And that means the key card is somewhere in here, right?
Yep.
That seems the most likely.
All right, we know what we need to do then. Let's get moving. First off, I say we split up and look for clues.
Okay.
A voucher, it says. Appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F. These 9 plates look pretty expensive. They're plates for appetizers. Remember, appetizers usually come on square plates. Okay, well, excuse me, princess. 1, 2, 3, there's 10 of them. If you flip these over, they look like hats. The middle is super deep for a plate, that means it's a soup dish. They're soup plates. They're made that way so that the soup doesn't spill. If we ever get out of here, you should treat yourself to a nice dinner out. What makes you think a poor college student has the money to do something like that? I think there are 15 of these plates. I'm assuming they're for seafood. How the hell can you tell that? They look like any other plate from the 99-cent store. If you ever take a lady out to dinner, you're going to embarrass yourself. I feel sorry for June. What? What the hell are you bringing up June? The lady doth protest too much, methinks. You're not terribly subtle. There's a bunch of little wavy ridges on the plate. These plates are for serving meat. Ugh, you really are ignorant, aren't you? Yeah, it's for the knife slicing. Come on, it's not like I need to know this crap, I believe. So because like with the like ridges, it makes it easier so that you can actually like get a knife in between there. And like if you're cutting it. I do believe. I could be wrong though. Jeez. I'm not like some expert in fucking dishes. A countertop. We've got a rolling pin, a colander, and nothing useful in other words. Wow. This pot looks like it's made out of silver. I bet drinking tea from this pot would be really yummy. Spending a day off with June drinking tea. Could such a day ever happen for me? Jumpy? Oh, nothing. We don't really need hot water, so we should be moving on. It's a lot of notes. They've got a bunch of stuff written on them too, but it doesn't look like a code or anything like that. Oh. Oh, hello.
A rusty knife? I don't think we'll be able to use it while it's like this.
The knife seemed important, Junpei thought, but it wasn't going to be much use in the way it was.
It's futile.
Futile. Oh my god, it's the word of the day.
Futile?
You know,
Useless.
a waste, useless, pointless.
Oh. Any particular reason you wanted to bring that up?
No, I just thought about expanding my vocabulary.
Oh, no reason really. I was just thinking about futility.
Huh?
She wasn't making much sense. Junpei tried rephrasing his question.
Why were you thinking about futility?
At last she answered.
Well, it has something to do with the Titanic.
The Titanic?
Yep. Have you ever heard the story that the sinking of the Titanic was predicted?
Can you still not bring up this cursed bullshit, please? Yeah, I have. No, I haven't.
No, I haven't. What is it?
In 1892, 14 years before the Titanic sank.
Let me guess, someone fucking Nostradamus predicted that the Titanic would sink. That's bullshit.
A novel was published. It was called Futility. It was written by an American novelist named Morgan Robertson.
Okay.
The story was about a big cruise ship colliding with an iceberg and sinking.
To be fair, it's not like it's the first time that's ever happened.
Of course, if that was the only similarity, there wouldn't be any reason to mention it.
Yeah.
It wasn't, though. The name of the ship, its nationality, course, departure time, size, displacement, maximum speed, number of passengers and crew, the number of lifeboats,
And blah, 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 blah.
even the location of the accident itself, and the cause and the location of the damage.
One location of the damage isn't that bad. Cause, it hit an iceberg. Same thing. Yeah. Accident itself, well, it's the same thing. The cause and the accident is both the same thing. The location, well, location of the accident itself. I mean, as long as he said the Atlantic, it would be like whatever. What else can I debunk on this really quick? Name of the ship. Name of the ship. Whatever. The Titanic might have been in production at that time, and that's why I used it. Or, you know, it's just the idea that it's a giant ship. Titanic. It's a Titanic ship. Its nationality, he was an American author, so why wouldn't he use an American ship liner? Because I do believe it was an American ship liner. Course, you could do that. Departure time, I don't know when it departed. I don't know the course either. It could have been just a normal course. The size, it does it mean like, what's it an odd size of what the Titanic was? If it was an odd size, yeah, it's a little weird. If it was like just a size that's just like a square number, like 100 or 1,000 feet long, it wouldn't be that bad. Displacement, you just use math with that. Maximum speed, again, math. If you have a huge ship, you can't go too fast, so it's not going to be much different. Number of passengers and crew, again, if you have a giant ship, you can use math and determine how many passengers and crew. Number of lifeboats, you usually have enough lifeboats to fit as many people. So, I mean, all this stuff is like, I can explain away all of them. As long as someone knows what boats are and how cruises work, they're fine.
Everything matches the Titanic almost exactly.
No, what I'd want is, like, the same captain name, like, that kind of shit. It's like, ooh, fuck.
It was almost as if he'd seen the whole thing happen.
Again, if he, like, said, like, people's names, that's when it would have been getting freaky.
But this book was written 14 years before the Titanic sank. But that's not all. It wasn't just futility that predicted the sinking of the Titanic.
And plus, I'm sorry, but when you write on the side of a boat, like I think they wrote, like, even God can't sink it or something like that. When you're daring someone, or, like, nothing can sink it, like, where they were saying this boat cannot sink, it's like, you're just asking for it to get sunk at that point.
There were 2 other similar stories written by a man named William Thomas Stead. Both of them before the accident. One in 1886 and one in 1892.
What were the stories?
Stead wrote 2 stories that had striking similarities to the Titanic disaster. In one, 2 ships collided. Many of the passengers died because there weren't enough lifeboats. In the other, a ship collided with an iceberg and sank.
Well, the first story literally had, you know, it's just there weren't enough lifeboats. Or if there's not enough lifeboats, yeah, you'd write a story where, you know, there's not enough lifeboats, so people die. Like in this one where it's like, oh, 2 ships collided. That has nothing to do with it. Move along. Next. Next ship collided with an iceberg. Again, it still has happened before. And sank.
I don't know. I mean, I'll give you that it seems a little weird, but...
No, if they said it like they'd sunk in like 2 hours and however many minutes, that's when it would have been like, okay, there's no way you would have had any clue about how fast a ship sinks. Because it was like really fast. So just pulling that and say that it's a really fast sinking, then it would have been different.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't too uncommon for ships to hit icebergs back in the day, or even other ships.
Well, the Titanic didn't hit another ship. But I mean, icebergs, yeah, it's not like they had state-of-the-art technology.
Right, I knew you'd say that.
Hmm?
But what if Stead had some sort of special powers?
Oh my god. Shut up.
To be more specific, what if he had the ability to do automatic writing?
Oh, good god, she is a fucking nut job.
What? Automatic writing? Wait, are you?
Okay, I don't think I should have lied to her because she's kind of crazy.
Are you talking about when someone's possessed by a spirit and then they write a bunch of stuff without knowing what they're writing?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to just say it's bullshit.
What do you mean, yes? That stuff's a load of bull.
Yeah, no shit.
But Jumpy, you said you believe in curses.
God damn it! It's coming to bite me in the ass.
Come on, that's totally different.
This is biting me in the ass. Damn it, why'd I have to lie?
Okay, let's say, hypothetically, that automatic writing isn't a total load.
Let's just say let's just go along with it and say it's not a load of bullshit. It's completely fucking stupid.
These guys still couldn't have predicted the sinking of the Titanic.
Well, yes, you can. Depending, like, if it wasn't built yet, then it would've been like, well, they'd have to build the ship first. They'd have to know it existed first. But if, like, the ship was already built, I don't know when it was built. If it was already built, yeah, I could predict anything. I can predict this bridge collapse because maybe one day I might be right.
When this Stead dude wrote his thing, nobody had died on the Titanic yet. So if automatic writing is about being possessed by dead people, who the hell possessed him so he could write that stuff?
That's not it.
What's not it?
Stead wasn't possessed by a spirit. He was doing the possessing.
Oh, get the fuck out of it. He possessed people to make his literature real? Shut the fuck up.
Oh. What are you smoking?
You're high as shit, June.
William Thomas Stead was a passenger on the Titanic.
What?
He just wrote down what he saw with his own eyes 20 years before it happened.
That's not how it works. He decided it was probably best to say nothing. Yeah, okay. What June was saying was insane and utterly absurd. If he tried to take what she was saying seriously, he'd go mad. That's awkward. Junpei smiled uncomfortably.
Well, why don't we talk about this some other time, okay?
Yeah.
Huh? But
Or never. Her voice trailed off and she glanced at the floor and troubled.
Come on, let's get back to it.
Junpei tapped June gently on the shoulder and awkwardly reached around her to pick up a knife from the box. Too bad it's not sharp. I could stab her. God, she's insane. There's so much stuff in here. A whole lot of cans. It's probably a pantry. There's milk in here. Milk in an iron barrel. Judging by the rust, it's probably really bad, old. Maybe we shouldn't open it up. I don't think it would be a pretty sight. Cheese. Hey, there's something behind the cheese. You're right. Why don't we move some of the cheese? Alright, guys, time to move it. June and I need to look behind you. There's a little green bottle back there. Looks like oil. Good old cooking oil. Hopefully it's not bad. Damn it, there's nothing in here. Hey Santa, digging through the trash really suits you. What the hell did you say? Listen, lady, I did you a favor. I knew you'd just piss and moan, and so I didn't do it for you. Oh my. I don't recall asking you to do anything. Ugh. I ought to throttle you. Squeeze me. Does it feel colder in here? Trash can. There's nothing inside of it. Well, better than being full of rotten food, I suppose. Anything in here? No. Maybe this table is for preparing food. There are plates everywhere. Oh, a countertop. There's a rolling pin and colander here. Nothing useful. Looks like you can enter numbers into this thing. Is it an oven timer? It's probably for entering a passcode. After all, the oven is door is locked. My guess is they'll open it up if you put in the correct code. Interesting. It's probably like how we leave. Anywhere else? I didn't see. This is the door we came through. It's not locked, so we can go back out, but what's the point, right? All that's there is an iron gate in a dead-end hallway. Yep. Might as well be locked for all the good going back there. Out. Oh, what the fuck? I just had a stroke reading that. Holy shit. Just ignore it and never think that happened. Hey Santa, could you open that door, please? What the hell? There's no way I could open that thing. Guess you getting to that age when your eyes start to go, huh? You better watch your mouth, boy, or someone won't live long enough to see that door opened. This has got the two of them on edge. We gotta get out of here fast. About that door. This bolt is rusted in place. It won't budge. Of course. Maybe if I put some oil on it. Hey! Just a little bit of oil and... Come on, you little son of a bitch. Whoa. Huh. Yes, got you, little bastard. You did it, Jumpy. You're so smart. Yes, I am. Oh my god, it's a fucking fridge. As Junpei walked into the room, a blast of cold air washed over him. Almost instinctively, he folded his arms tight across his chest, doing what he could to conserve body heat.
Oh, it's cold in here. What is this place?
Are you blind?
It's a fucking freezer.
It's a freezer.
Yeah, you look a little cold, buddy. Santa's teeth had already begun to chatter. Hardly surprising. The freezer was far too cold for someone dressed as he was. Lotus, however, was in an even worse situation.
Oh, no way. That's way too cold for me.
Is it?
I'll freeze solid in seconds.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, but I'm afraid I'll have to pass on this one. I'm going to leave the rest to you.
Okay. And with that, she ran out of the room. As Lotus left, June came in.
oh, whoa. It's really cold in here.
White puffs of steam hovered in front of their faces as they talked. June had already started to
Hey,
shiver.
you don't need to be in here. You had a fever just a little bit ago. You should stay outside. We got this.
No, I'm fine.
Big man Junpei got this.
My fever's gone now.
But
Yeah, it'll come back though. Junpei had scarcely opened his mouth.
Huh?
I swear to God, what? When the thunderous sound of metal upon metal rang out from behind them. In unison, they spun around to find that the door they had only recently come through was closed. Lotus, I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna kill you. Junpei rushed to the door.
No! Why did it suddenly close?
He desperately he grabbed the hold of the doorknob.
Ah!
It was cold beyond cold. Merely touching it was painful. Take your fucking shirt off and grab it.
The knob's frozen!
But why?
They quickly deducted that the pipe next to the door had ruptured. Why?
It looks like the pipe next to it broke, and...
Water released by the rupture had hit the door and frozen instantly. Sana shoved Junpei aside and pounded against the door.
Hey, Lotus! You're out there, right? Open the door!
She wasted no time in responding.
What do you want? What's going on?
Open the goddamn door!
The door won't open! Try opening it from that side, please!
Oh, fine. If you say so. Hold on.
Soon they could hear Lotus on the other side of the door. Oh, come on, put your back into it. Then the grunting ceased and they could hear Light panting as if from exertion.
It's no use. It won't budge. You've got more people in there. You figure it out.
Fuck you! I swear to God, bitch, when I get out of here, I'm gonna kill your ass.
Oh.
God damn it.
Sana was shaking like a newborn deer. June was hugging herself and was shivering violently. Even Junpei, with the heaviest clothes of any of them, was clearly feeling the cold. With every breath they took, they could feel the cold working its way deeper and deeper into their bodies.
Anyway, let's find a way out. If we don't get moving, we're gonna be permanent residents.
Two heads are better than none.
Three, honey.
I'm sure we'll figure something out.
3 are better than 1.
Yeah, you're right. Let's just take a good look around this room, okay?
Right.
They pushed in close to one another and began to search. There's some frozen meat up there. Looks like pork. Huh? What's this? It looks like a tag or something. Looks like a type of receipt, maybe? What's this? Ooh, rope. Sturdy rope. Not just any rope. Water bottle. This isn't anything here that looks useful. Ooh, dry ice. Hell yeah. Junpei picked up the dry ice with the sleeve so as to avoid burning himself.
Dry ice is just frozen carbon dioxide, right?
Yeah, it's really fucking cold.
Yeah, it is.
I wonder how warm it has to get for it to turn back into gas again.
Not very. Like, you know, really cold. Like, not warm at all.
Hell if I know. How is that gonna help us anyway?
Pretty sure, like, the boiling point for it's, like, even below, like, above, or below freezing. I do believe.
Oh, well, I figured we might be
By a
able
lot.
to use it to get out of here.
They were about to move on when June spoke up.
Carbon dioxide sublimation point is negative 109 degrees.
There you go. That's when it'll turn into a gas, because it doesn't turn to a liquid first.
Any warmer than that, and it'll turn into gas. Any lower, and it becomes a solid.
There you go. Yeah, look at me knowing what sublimation is. Ugh. Junpei looked at her dumbfounded.
Oh, how do you know that?
I didn't know the exact temperature, but I knew that's when it would happen. Or that
Despite
it did
my
happen.
looks, I'm the the queen of random knowledge.
What?
Looks bad to mess up when you're showing off.
Yeah, really? What the fuck?
Oh, you're so cold your mouth's going numb?
Yes, that's right.
Oh my god.
You're just doing that on purpose, aren't you?
Yes. June giggled and did her best to hide her guilt. At least she was still feeling good enough to joke around, Junpei told himself.
Come on, guys. Don't you think that's kind of weird?
Poor Sana, he's the third wheel here.
I wonder why it doesn't turn into a liquid first.
Because it just doesn't. I don't know. Fuck if I know, dude. Sano was now shivering at an astounding rate, but his curiosity seemed unaffected. Junpei? He wanted out of the freezer now. It did seem rather odd. I don't give a fuck. His patience was wearing thin. I know why. It's something with the molecular structure. Yada, 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 yada. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. That's why.
How the hell would I know? And how the hell is that gonna help us get out of here? We don't have time for this crap.
I mean, yeah, it's just a yada, yada, yada. Science, science, science. Molecular structure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice, nice, nice.
But it can turn into a liquid.
No. Junpei stopped mid-sentence, surprised by Jun's interjection.
Carbon dioxide turns to liquid if you put it under high enough pressure.
Yeah, that's not important, though.
This isn't really a
Naturally.
good time for a chat about science.
Naturally, though, like without like any extra forces exerted, it doesn't turn it naturally into a liquid. You have to add high pressure to make it a liquid. But then it won't stay a liquid.
But I was wondering the same thing.
Why?
Wondering what?
Wondering why carbon dioxide doesn't turn into a liquid unless it's under pressure.
Fucking under pressure. But because, you know, yada 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 molecular structure.
Right? It just seems weird.
Not really. There's actually more than carbon dioxide that does that.
Water's a liquid between 32 degrees and 212 degrees. So why isn't that the case for carbon dioxide?
Fucking Fahrenheit system. Ugh. God, I hate it sometimes. Memorizing that shit.
H2O and CO2 are pretty similar.
Except, you know, not, because there's an extra oxygen, there's a carbon, and there's not the hydrogen bonding.
No, they're not. They're totally different substances.
Yeah.
Look, guys, if we keep this up, we're just gonna freeze to death.
Maybe it feels just like an HO. Like, oh yeah, those are pretty similar. I mean, but it's not.
You good with that? You wanna die talking about sublimation and gases? 'Cause I sure as hell don't.
He fixed both of them with a glare.
Now let's get back to work. Assuming you don't want to end up like a pair of ice sculptures.
Junpei turned around and the problem dealt with.
Oh, but Jumpy,
What? Or so he thought.
there's a kind of ice that doesn't turn into liquid when it goes above 32 degrees.
Of course not. Let me guess, is that the one that froze the princess over there in the mummy?
I heard about it. Its melting point is 96 degrees.
Yeah, okay. That's nice.
Ice with a melting point of 96 degrees?
That's not how it works,
You
but
mean
okay.
there's water that freezes at 96 degrees?
Yeah, well, you could also look at it as ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees.
Water that freezes at 96 degrees. Ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees. That's interesting. It doesn't matter. I want more information. Now that was difficult to ignore. Junpei had to
So
ask.
what's this ice with a melting point of 96 degrees called?
Bullshit ice.
I heard it's called Ice 9.
Bullshit ice.
Ice 9?
Of course, 9.
Originally, Ice 9 was a made-up substance invented by a science fiction author.
Oh, so it is bullshit ice.
But recently, scientists have discovered that such a substance actually exists.
I doubt it.
Wait, hold up. So is this thing called Ice 9, or is it water?
Like I said, if the ice is over 96 degrees, it'll be liquid. If it's under that, it'll solidify.
Okay, let's say it's 97 degrees. Am I able to drink it? What's its boiling point then at that point? Holy shit, that must be extremely high. What does that do to the atmosphere if it does boil? There's so many questions. What's the molecular compound of it? What's the structure? Is it an isotope? Is it not? There's so many things here that we could talk for like hours upon.
So, you could think of it as a polymorph of H2O.
Is it real?
Here, think of it like diamonds and graphite.
Okay.
They're both made of carbon, right?
Yeah. Just one was formed under a lot of pressure.
But depending on the structure of the crystallization, the hardness and structure are completely different.
Also the circumstances that they're also created, but you know. Ugh.
So you're saying normal water and this Ice 9 are like that?
Yup.
She wasn't
Have
finished.
you heard the story about the crystallization of glycerin?
No.
For 150 years after the discovery of glycerin, people cooled it, warmed it. They did all sorts of things to it.
Okay.
But whatever they did, it never crystallized.
Is that good or bad?
However, One day in 1920, some glycerin on its way to England by ship was discovered to have crystallized during the trip.
Okay.
Scientists around the world wanted to research this new crystallized form of glycerin and asked for seeds. Oh, a seed is a sample of the original crystallized substance.
Yeah, I think we got that.
With a seed crystal, further crystallization of glycerin would be easy. However, something very strange happened. Not only did the glycerin encouraged by seed crystals begin to crystallize, even the samples nearby did, even though they were tightly sealed. And it didn't end there. After that day, it doesn't matter where in the world it is, all glycerin crystallizes naturally when cooled to less than 64 degrees.
Okay.
Before that day, no matter how glycerin was cooled, it refused to crystallize.
I will again say this sounds like bullshit.
But once the crystallization had begun, it was almost like, how do I put it?
A hive mind.
It was almost like
glycerin.
all the glycerin in the world was communicating. Communicating in some way that we can't sense.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's not how inanimate objects work.
And now it's happening everywhere.
Junpei was honestly surprised. Well, it was kind of a noise. Impressed. Stroke her ego. Honestly impressed. It was, in fact, a pretty interesting
Wow,
story.
that's pretty interesting. But,
Yeah, it really doesn't matter at this point.
what does that have to do with Ice 9?
Just surprised it was Sana and not June who answered.
What she's saying is that it's a lot like Ice 9. What happened, I mean.
A lot like? Oh, that would be bad. If water everywhere started freezing at 96 degrees,
We'd all die.
man.
It'd be the end of the world.
Junpei felt that Sana might not be treating the idea of the end of the world with the proper concern.
At any rate, we're not gonna have to worry about the end of the world unless we can get out of here pretty damn quick.
He was right. Junpei shivered.
Alright, guys, I think that's enough of that. I didn't think we'd get quite this far off topic. I mean, I know I'm kinda at fault here, but we can't be screwing around anymore. So seriously, I might go by the name Santa right now, but I didn't grow up in Iceland.
There you go.
I freaking hate the cold.
No shit. Actually, I personally like the cold. I hate the heat, personally.
So let's get cracking, alright? We gotta find a way out of here.
I don't mind the cold. I could probably be what he's wearing in the cold, though. And be like, yeah, this is fine. Santa stomped off, clearly doing his best to pretend the cold wasn't affecting him.
Selfish, isn't he?
Still, Santa was right, and if it was high time that they got back to their search.
Ice 9 is interesting and all, but we can discuss it more once we get out of this freezer.
Junpei looked at June, nodded, and resumed his search of the room. No good. I can't hit it hard enough to break it. It just needs more shock, you know? More of a shock. There's water dripping from this pipe. Looks like when the pipe burst, the water hit the doorknob and frozen in place. This water actually seems almost warm. A water bottle? There's warm water flowing from the pipe. Can I, like, get some water? Warm water. I'm trying to press that, though. Okay, I guess not. Shit, what do I do? Everything's frozen in here. Doesn't look like there's anything else interesting. Anything in here? Oh, frozen chicken. There we go. Oh, let me hit that door. Hey, Junpei. Didn't you find some dry ice earlier? Yeah. There's warm water coming out of that pipe. Warm water and dry ice. What do you think would happen if we put that stuff in a sealed container together? I was gonna still hit this thing. The frozen chicken. There's a warm water flowing out of here. Okay, whatever. Let's combine some stuff then. Okay. And there's warm water flowing from the pipe. Grab the water and put it in the bottle. Oh my god. Chicken? No. Chicken? Alright, the dry ice is all in pieces now. Oh! Never mind, that worked. Bottle? I'm gonna put these pieces of ice, dry ice into the water bottle. Water bottle with dry ice on it. Awesome. There's one water flowing from the pipe. Okay. Oh yeah, Junpei, we're not gonna get the result we want unless we can hook the bottle on that doorknob somehow. It's gonna explode right next to the ice on the doorknob. You need to figure out a way to attach the bottle to the doorknob. Here we go. Let's just tie the rope on here, and there we go. Warm water drip from the ruptured pipe near the door.
Put water into the bottle with dry ice. And make sure the lid's closed.
Yep.
Now I just have to put this makeshift bomb on the doorknob. Alright, that's set. So, what do we do now?
Pray.
We just need to give it a little, tap. The bottle's already about to pop.
Who wants to volunteer to go get their hand blown off?
If we just throw a rock or something at it, it'll go off all on its own.
A small rock. Huh. A small rock.
Junpei looked down at the floor. Oh. Cigar across were pieces of the dry ice left over from the larger chunk he had crushed earlier.
Alright, this ought to do the trick.
He pulled his sleeve down over his hand to keep from getting burned and grabbed the chunk of dry ice.
Ah, some dry ice, huh? Not a bad idea.
It was a pretty good size, but about as big as a pool ball.
Alright, guys, stand back. Actually, we should probably hide somewhere.
Both Sana and June looked at him with new concern.
Where exactly do you expect us to hide, genius?
Anywhere?
There isn't really anywhere big enough.
Yeah, it's called just the opposite side of the room.
Yeah, there is. Look, right here. We can hide in there.
Junpei pulled up the door to the small cellar.
Come on, get inside, quick!
Sana and June nodded and jumped down into the hole. Junpei quickly followed. In his hand, he could feel the chill of the frozen carbon dioxide even through his sleeve. He tightened his grip till he took aim and prepared to throw.
Alright, here I go. 3, 4,
What?
5!
What the fuck?
You're counting the wrong way.
Oh, oops.
Junpei, what the fuck what the fuck?
That is a really sad excuse for a joke, man.
Sorry, dude.
God, throw the fucking thing.
Alright, for real this time. You guys ready?
No.
Yes, whenever you're ready.
We were ready the first time.
Just throw the damn thing.
No shit.
Alright, here I go. 3, 2, 1.
Junpei threw the chunk of dry ice as hard as he could. With the same motion, he ducked down into the cellar with Sana and June just as. Junpei leapt out of the cell and ran to the door.
Jumpy! The ice on the door! Is it gone?
I don't care. Leaving.
Yeah, it's gone!
Hurry up before more water gets on there.
The blast must have shattered it.
Yes! Alright, let's see if it opens.
Junpei grabbed the knob and pushed with all his might. The door gave way easily, and all three of them tumbled out of the freezer at once.
Hooray! We're out!
Thank God. June, relieved, collapsed onto the floor.
Move!
Sana shoved past Junpei and ran straight to the grill, which he immediately grabbed.
Oh, god damn it! Hot, 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 hot! Fuck!
Yeah, it's on, apparently. He proceeded to kick the grill in a futile but amusing fit of rage.
Well, you did just grab the grill. What did you think would happen?
Oh shit.
Hey, where's Lotus?
It took Junpei only a moment to find her. She was sitting on the counter, idly scratching her chest. Bitch, I swear to God, I would grab her by the throat and throw her into that fucking room.
Welcome back. I was starting to get tired of waiting for you guys.
I swear to God I'm gonna kill her. With a great yawn, Lotus lowered herself off the counter. Junpei clenched his teeth and walked over to her, toward her.
What were you doing?
What do you mean, what was I doing? I was waiting.
We were gonna die!
Oh, yeah? But you didn't. So everything worked out all right, didn't it?
I swear to God, I don't even feel bad when you got stabbed.
What the hell?
Just kidding. It might not look like it, but I was really worried.
Oh yeah, your face is just the pinnacle of worry.
Oh, don't give me that crap.
I'm telling the truth. I mean, if you died, then I'd be in trouble too.
Kill yourself.
If you died, then I'd be stuck here, and I'd die too. See?
No, because the other group would eventually come here and be like, oh my god, what happened to him? And they'll walk in here somehow, they'll figure out how the numbers work. Come in here and you'll just be sitting here, fucking idly scratching your chest waiting for someone to come save you.
I did all I could.
Oh yeah.
I even looked around to see if there was anything I could use to pry open the door.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I couldn't find anything.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, all I could do was wait.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
I mean, what else did you want me to do? Call the cops?
Do act worried? I don't know. It was true that there wasn't much she could have done, but something about her tone. Junpei gritted his teeth.
Fine. But there's one thing I have to ask you.
What's that?
You didn't close the door, did you?
I swear to God if she did.
What? You think I closed the door on you?
Yeah.
Why would I do something like that? It closed on its own.
Oh, I'm sure. Those auto-closing doors.
I told you before, if you die, then I die too.
Yeah, I guess so.
It seemed that an accident was the only explanation for the door's closure.
If she'd really wanted to kill us, all she had to do was bar the door from the outside. But she didn't. Well, she didn't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, it's like, you know, it's almost like a murder through, like, omission of not doing anything.
She's only lazy, or negligent at least, not an attempted murderer.
That you know of. Junpei swallowed his anger and did his best to apologize.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I doubted you.
Oh, yes, well that's all right. As long as you understand.
Oh, yeah, I understand. Lotus looked away and twirled her hair between her fingertips. His vengeance against the girl complete, Sana swaggered back toward Junpei and Lotus.
Hey, no more screwing around, you two. Break time's over. Especially for you, lady. You've just been sitting on that fat ass of yours while we were freezing to death.
No shit.
How rude! I was plenty busy.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. How about you put all that energy into something besides bitching? Let's go.
Thank you, Sana. Even if you're kind of creepy sometimes. Okay. Anything in it? I wonder what this drawer is. You see the metal grate on top of that grill. They make it so that all the fat and juices can drip off in the meat while it cooks. Can I cook this? Since it was like in there frozen. It's a frozen piece of pork. Hey, what's that? Looks like there's a piece of paper inside of it. If you try to pull it out, it might tear. Maybe you can melt it if you put it into something warm. Something warm? Something warm. Oh yeah, didn't someone burn themselves on something earlier? Guess I'll put this meat on the grill. Hey, what are you doing? What are you going to do if the paper burns? Go on, it'll be fine. I mean, it's not like it's gonna burn right away, right? As long as you keep an eye on it, the paper will be fine. Well, they can argue all they want. I'm gonna keep an eye on the pork. Oh, looks like it's about time. I'm gonna try taking the paper out. Jumpy, be careful. Sweet of her to care, but I know what I'm... Ow! See? Told you. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Hurry up and take the paper out. It's not coming out. This thing's frozen stiff and I can't get it out. So what are you going to are we going to have to cut the meat? Yeah, that looks that way. Have a rusty knife. Anything that, like a knife sharpener? I love a knife sharpener. I don't see anywhere that I can sharpen my knife. Huh. There's a pot on top of the stove. If there are some ingredients around, I could cook something up for us. Lotus, you can actually cook? Who the hell do you think I am? You better believe I know how to boil hot water and put it in my instant noodles. And I can boil eggs too. Yeah, that's nice. Where the fuck is a knife sharpener? Seriously. Rolling pin to colander, nothing useful. There has to be a knife sharpener. Oh, there it is. Whetstone. Thank you. Sink. Still got water in it. There's a couple plates in there, but I don't think they're going to help us much. Combine these two things. Maybe I'll use this whetstone to sharpen the knife. The blade of the knife is getting sharper by the second. I should be able to cut something pretty good with this. Hell yeah. Hey Lotus, come here. I need to test this knife out. Alright, now that I've sharpened the knife, yes, I cut the pork. Awesome, Junpei. Now we can cut out the paper. C10F. C plus 10 plus F. Okay, can I get the pork though? Man, this pork smells good. Mmm. Take it. Want to eat it. Okay, so C. There's a voucher at the end of the counter. This voucher doesn't match the number of plates on the table. It says appetizer 9, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F on the voucher. And the plates on the table are 9, 16 meat, 10 soup, and 15 seafood. Maybe they're using hexadecimal here. And hexadecimal is? It's a number system that goes 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F, 10, 11. You're familiar with base 10, right? That's the normal system of numbers. The base 10 equivalents for hexadecimal numbers would be like this. A equals 10, B equals 11, C equals 12, D equals 13, E equals 14, F equals 15, and 10 equals 16. And the 10 becomes 16 in base 10. I know it sounds strange, but you can think of it as just 6 letters added on the normal number system after 9. Okay, so it's C plus 10 plus F. So 12 plus 16. So 28 plus 15 would be 43. I think I get it. Let's try 43 on this thing. This is probably what we're supposed to use to enter the password. Maybe if we put in the right number, it'll open the oven door. Junpei, maybe the note you found earlier will help. Yeah, I know. Do you know how to enter those numbers? I think, yeah, okay, I know how. So basically, yeah, I got this. I got it, 43. Sure. Yes. Sounds like metal is falling. Well, I guess that went that way. Well. Ugh. Hey, yeah, the door opened. Good job, Junpei. Junpei. Fuck. Saturn key. Let's get the hell out of here. Time to leave. Yes! I think it's unlocked now. You did it, Jumpy. Let's get out of here. Bye. Yes. Let's go. Easy money.
I think we've been here before.
Yeah, it's the other side of the thingy. The grate. Metal grate stretched from wall to wall. Beyond it were 2 elevators in the entrance to the kitchen.
The elevators are over there, so that means...
Yep.
We went into the kitchen through that door and came out on this side.
Yep, that's how it works.
That means the map was right.
Looks like.
Why wouldn't it be right?
Then let's use it to plan our next move.
No, that's fair.
Next move?
Yeah, we need to decide where to go from here, don't we?
He's right. Let's get started.
From the looks of it, there are 4 possible routes. Let's just keep it simple and call them A, B, C, and D. First, A and B.
They both seem to connect to a room that looks L-shaped.
Never mind. That's the casino.
Yeah, there were 2 doors. But they were both locked. We couldn't open them.
I'd go
Now,
down D.
route C. This goes all the way to the main staircase.
That means it's door 5, one of the numbered doors.
Then do you think we would meet up with the other 4 after this hallway?
Yes.
No, I don't think we will.
No, of course not.
Why not?
Look, there by the stairs. See how the gate is opened?
Oh, she meant down the hallway.
When we went into the kitchen, it was closed.
Thought she meant just in general.
But it's open now. What do you think that means?
They went down there.
They opened it.
Most likely.
And if we take Route C, we're going backwards.
That would be pointless.
Yep.
Then that means...
All 4 looked at the map. They all looked at the staircase, its lazy curve leading down, deeper into the ship.
Route D, then.
D it is.
Yup, Route D.
Then we're set.
They jogged down the stairs until they reached the sea deck.
Everything looks okay here.
Let's check the next deck just to be sure.
There'll be water.
Yeah, just like I thought. D-deck is totally underwater.
Just like the bottom of the central staircase.
Yep. The water gazed back at them, its smooth surface like a great mirror,
At least the water level hasn't really changed.
that we know of.
Small comfort.
May as well head back to C deck.
What else is here?
There are 2 elevators over there at the top of the stairs. Just like the floor above.
Hold on. These are kind of different.
Yeah, they have a card reader,
See? There's a card reader on the side.
which is how you activate them.
Another strange mark.
This symbol for Lotus.
Hey, look! It's Lotus's symbol.
Ha!
Huh?
See? It's the woman symbol with horns on it. That seems like... Oh, ouch, 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 ouch!
Oh, don't hurt me, please. Lotus had taken hold of Junpei's hair. She began to shake him violently, and he thought he heard a low growl coming from her throat.
What was that about the mark again?
It looks like you!
Nothing.
Such violence. Junpei began to wonder if she was not the devil itself. With an uncomfortable smile, June spoke up.
This is a Mercury symbol.
Yep. Because, you know, the fucking wings of Hermes or whatever.
The horns symbolize the wings on Hermes' staff.
There you go.
Hermes herpes, whatever.
What the fuck? Hermes, herpes, same thing.
If we can't get this thing to work, these elevators aren't going anywhere.
In other words, we need a key card with the Mercury symbol on it.
Yeah.
Probably.
I guess we can't get on then. Let's just disregard the elevators for now.
That's fair.
How about this hallway on the left?
Oh, there's so
Whoa.
many doors.
There's so many doors.
Fuck off, June. They weren't sure how many, but certainly enough to be discouraging.
Damn it. If we try and search all these, the sun's gonna go down before we've done half of them.
Oh, God.
I think the sun already set.
Yeah, really.
I have a feeling this ship is the only thing that's going to be going down anytime soon.
Oh.
That's even worse.
Well, we can come back to this hallway later. Let's check the hallway on the other side, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
Time to head back to the stairs.
To the right was a small hall.
And now the right hallway.
Quickly, they headed into it. It was approximately the same size as the alcove in the front of the stairs. The hallway led to the stern, and at its end was a set of double doors.
There are doors here too. Well, I guess it's just 4 this time.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Let's open them.
All right, let's start with this one.
Junpei nodded and grabbed hold of the one closest to him. He gave it a small tug and felt it move.
It isn't locked. I'm going to open it.
Okay. Thrilled to have found an unlocked door, he threw it open. Junpei didn't know what to make of what he saw.
What?
Hospital room. He simply stood unable to speak. The others simply stared open mouthed. After a few long moments, Sana managed to speak.
What the hell is this? This place is huge.
A massive room stretched out in front of them, more a cavern than a room. Its vastness was oppressive, and it bore down on the 4 companions. It was not empty, however. The entire room was filled with lines upon lines of beds.
Oh, there are beds everywhere.
They were simple things, little more than pipe and thin mattresses.
Is this a hospital?
He had at least been able to put a name to the harsh scent that pervaded the room.
It definitely has the smell.
Could be. I see medicine cabinets and surgical tools.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
give it
look
away.
there. The 4 doors at the end.
Yeah, they're numbered. Three of them were emblazoned with the large single-digit numbers made with thick red paint.
The left door says 3.
I think I've had this part before. No?
The second door is blank, but the third has a 7. And the rightmost door is 8.
Yep.
There's no doubt. They're numbered doors.
Why is the second door blank? That seems kind of strange,
No
don't you
idea.
think?
No point worrying about it right now. Let's see if these will open first.
Yes,
They
that
won't.
sounds like a good plan.
Junpei headed toward the doors, weaving his way between the beds. He started with door 3 on the left and moved to the right until he reached door 8. Surprise.
Oh, it's no use.
Well, of course. If it was that easy to open these doors, what would be the point of the notary game? We have to activate the red, or the numbered doors won't... Wait a minute.
What's wrong?
Look, the display on the red.
Yeah, it's not that active.
There's nothing on it.
Huh?
Don't you remember? The red at the central staircase?
It'd have a vacant sign.
If no one was inside, it said vacant.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But this one,
There's nothing on it.
right?
I wonder if it's broken.
Only one way to find out.
Nothing.
It's not responding.
All 4 took turns placing their hands over the red, but it refused to respond. They pulled at the lever and it still did nothing. As they soon discovered, it wasn't only the red for door 8 that was behaving strangely.
How about the red on door 7? And door 3?
None of them are working.
What does it mean?
I knew it. They're broken. Zero sure sucks at maintenance.
He wouldn't have them break.
No, that's impossible. You
Yeah.
really think Zero, who prepared all of this,
Would decide to slip up.
would make such a stupid, simple mistake?
Maybe, but that doesn't explain why this thing ain't working.
It was at that moment that they heard a voice from behind them.
I believe the bottom of the device has been removed.
Oh, hello, Snake. They spun around to see,
Snake!
but it was more than just Snake. Ace!
Ace!
7! Clover!
7!
Although they were glad to see one another, it wasn't terribly surprising that they had. It had been on the other party who'd opened the gate in front of the kitchen. It wasn't unreasonable that they'd bump into one another eventually. The rest of Snake's team, however, did look rather surprised.
How did you end up here?
That's my line?
Perhaps we should exchange information.
That would be helpful. After a moment of silence and surprise, everyone suddenly began to talk, desperate to exchange information. They talked about the rooms they'd been through and how they'd ended up in the same place. Of course, none of it was very useful information, but that had hardly mattered. But they were happy to see one another again. Although the level of cheer varied greatly from person to person, each of them was wearing some manner of smile, almost as though they had begun to forget about the death of the 9th man. No, thought Junpei, perhaps that wasn't it. Perhaps the thoughts of his death were what drove them to smile at one another, not in a morbid or hateful way. No, the 9th man had died. But they were alive, and that was something to be happy about. Sort of simple, uncomplicated joy. Junpei felt the joy of being alive. Still alive. He felt sorry for the 9th man, but more than anything, Junpei was just happy to be alive.
There you have it. Our half of the story.
His part finished, Ace fell silent. For a moment, Junpei was silent in thought, then he spoke.
Okay, let me see if I got all this straight. When you guys got here, the bases for the Reds were already gone.
And you looked all over this room, but you couldn't find anything.
So you figured that there might be something in the hallway with all the doors.
So you went and had a look?
Yeah.
And while you were looking around, you heard voices.
Uh-huh. So you followed the voices and came back here.
Indeed. And that was how we found you.
Not a surprise.
Why don't we check those 3 reds again, just in case?
You're right. Huh. There's a long, thin gap on the bottom. I think it's a slot for something. Probably electronic.
Well, this isn't good. If the red is inactive, we can't keep going.
Well, what about that hallway over there? Isn't there anywhere else we can go?
No, there isn't. There are plenty more hospital rooms, but nothing else.
Fuck.
Hospital rooms. That's what's behind all those doors?
Yes. There are a number of individual rooms in addition to this large one.
There was a door at the end of the hallway, but it was locked.
There was an astrological symbol engraved near the keyhole,
Yeah,
however.
I think it was the Saturn one.
I was able to get a good feel of it. I believe
Oh.
it was the symbol of Jupiter.
The Saturn, Jupiter, same thing.
Not again. Those goddamn things are everywhere.
I wonder what they all mean.
For a moment, everyone was silent, deep in thought.
While we're asking what things mean, what's the deal with this room? I mean, I thought this was a cruise ship, but I can't imagine a cruise ship would have a hospital like this.
Of all the people, 7 who answered with a calm confidence.
Well, I figure it's probably a hospital ship. Chances are it's the Gigantic.
Okay, I do believe that. Now, nope, still not in an actual area.
The Gigantic?
Junpei looked confused. So did everyone else.
What is this gigantic?
7 knit his brow for a moment and began to
The
explain.
Gigantic.
Yeah.
Hey, whoa, wait a minute. Memory isn't back?
Junpei was, he felt, legitimately shocked, but that seemed to be new and very important information. Yeah. Everyone else, however, seemed unimpressed. In fact, they all looked at Junpei as though he had said something very strange.
Yeah?
Your point being?
He decided to revise his attitude for the next question.
Wait, was I the only one that didn't know?
Everyone nodded.
Why?
Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't tell you, huh?
Yeah.
I told the rest of them before we ran into you on the stairs. I told them I couldn't remember a damn thing from before I woke up.
What?
Then, almost as if to save Junpei from further embarrassment, a bell began to ring from far away.
Huh. A bell.
It sounds like the clock in the main stairway.
Junpei counted each chime carefully.
10, 11, 12.
There you go.
12.
Midnight.
It's midnight. Then we've still got 6 hours left, right?
We don't have any time to screw around. Let's get going. We gotta find the missing parts for the Reds.
What do you mean, find? How on earth do you propose we do that?
Look around.
We've looked everywhere in this room. That only leaves one place to look.
One?
Well, not just one.
Yeah.
Wait. Don't tell me you mean we need to search all of the other rooms.
We need to. Still not into that next area.
Don't freak out. We've already searched 4 of them.
4 rooms?
We just have to split up the rest between the 8 of us. If each of us can do 6 rooms apiece, we'll have the other 48 rooms cleared in no time.
There are 48 other rooms?
Probably. Her earlier experiences had apparently not encouraged Lotus to trust 7. 7 scratched his head awkwardly.
Maybe?
All right, so everyone knows which area they're searching?
Yeah.
Yes.
Junpei was chosen to search the rooms on the starboard side, moving from fore to aft.
We'll all meet up when the clock goes off again. How about in that room with all the beds?
Sounds good.
Sounds straightforward enough.
I'll shout if I find any of the components we need.
I hope we can find them within the time limit.
If we can't, then we'll just have to come up with another plan.
Right.
Then let's do this.
The details decided they left to begin searching. Out onto the hallway they went, each of the rooms they'd been assigned. However, nothing came up, and now I know for a fact I'm going into the next area that I've been. From far away, Junpei heard the bell ring. It did so only once. It was 1 a.m. Now? Yes. So now I can just
It's a 1.
fucking
I better get...
fast forward to the next choice. Yeah, only Snake isn't back, blah blah blah. Actually,
You're
I
right.
probably can just...
What about the other 2?
No point in actually just moving forward when I can just do that. He lifted Ace off the floor and onto the bed and he leaned against it. When Junpei turned around, Lotus gave him a
Well,
look of
we
pity.
really don't have a choice now. We can't let his sacrifice go to waste.
Yep, exactly. Yep, go through the bracelet, blah blah blah. Door 8 it is.
I think I'm gonna go with door 8.
Okay, 8 it is.
Yeah.
All right then. That means June's got to go through 7.
What? Why?
What?
Santa grimaced and muttered angrily to himself, but finally began to
If
explain.
the 6 of us are gonna keep going without leaving anyone behind, there are only 3 ways we can do it.
Yep.
Have 3, 5, and 8 go through.
Already saw that.
There are no other combinations. In other words, 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 can never go through the same doors. You get it now?
Yes. As Santa finished, June looked over at Junpei, tears welling up in the corners of her eyes.
Oh no. You're saying we aren't gonna see each other again for a long time.
Junpei felt just as June did. He wanted to be at her side through whatever trials they were preparing to face. But he knew if they were to survive, he had to swallow his feelings. In order for the 6 of them to move forward, he and June had to be separated. He looked at June. He was scared to lose her, but he swallowed, steeled his resolve, and did his best to smile.
Hey, come on. You're making it sound like we're never gonna see each other again. We gotta split up, but only for a while. This is just like when we went into the 4 and 5 doors, remember? We got split up then too, but we all met back up. I'll bet 7 and 8 are just like that.
You mean they're connected somewhere?
Probably, and we did see that as well.
Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna see each other again. I promise.
June bit her lip and gave him an almost imperceptible nod.
Yes. Promise?
Her voice was barely above her whisper. Santa's voice shattered the moment.
You guys are done, right?
He stretched and continued.
Anyway, that's pretty much it. Clover and I will both go into separate groups. I figure I'll take 7 and Clover can take 8. Any problems with that, Clover?
Clover looked away and was silent for a moment.
Whatever.
It was more of a dismissal than an agreement, but Santa didn't seem to care.
All right, we're ready to go then. Let's move.
At Santa's command, the group split and headed for their respective doors. Santa, 7, and June walked toward door 7, while Clover, Lotus, and Junpei headed for door 8. For a long time, they stood in front of the door. Then Lotus laid her hand against her chest and turned to Junpei and Clover.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then shall we go?
It's open!
A narrow hallway stretched out before them.
Okay.
Hurry!
Lotus and Clover leapt through the door. The moment they did, their bracelets beeped. The detonators in the bracelets had been activated. Junpei stepped forward to follow them. But he was about to step over the threshold, he stopped. He looked to his left, toward door 7. June stood there, a mirror image of Junpei. She stood there and looked toward him. Their eyes
June.
met.
Jumpy.
They nodded. Their farewell took almost 1.5 seconds.
What the hell are you doing?
Then someone took hold of Junpei's arm and hauled him bodily through the door. He heard the sound of the muttered door slammed shut behind him. His bracelet gave a cold electronic beep.
81 seconds left. Hurry!
Lotus snapped at him and ran to the dead. Junpei and Clover followed her as fast as they could.
It stopped.
With a shaking hand, she wiped a few beads of sweat from her forehead. Clover, however, was calm, aloof perhaps.
Pointless.
Okay, that's lovely. She muttered to herself without emotion and began to walk down the hallway, leaving behind a confused Junpei and Lotus. Lotus watched the girls receding back into a mix of frustration and curiosity.
What an unpleasant girl. I bet she's not very popular with the boys.
I know you are, Lotus. Her sarcasm seemed a little more biting than was perhaps necessary, but she sighed and started after the younger girl.
Maybe pairing these two together was a mistake.
No shit. It's gonna be just annoying. Just bitching back and forth.
Too late now. I better catch up to them.
After taking a moment to catch his breath, Junpei followed.
Ah, it's a dead end.
The hallway made a number of turns before at last coming to a dead end.
There's a door on the left, though.
Then it's not a dead end. For a few minutes they stood in front of the door, examining it. Above the door was a plate with the word laboratory engraved on it.
A laboratory? Huh.
Oh, that doesn't sound very pleasant. I don't like the look of this place.
Better than the torture room.
Me either. But there aren't any other doors. It's not like we have a lot of choices.
Junpei,
Huh?
Yes.
please, you first.
Thanks. Junpei suspected her politeness was motivated by something other than respect.
Ugh, fine.
Junpei muttered to himself and pushed the iron door open. His first steps inside were tentative and careful, but as he examined the room, it became clear that there was no imminent danger. Lotus followed him in, and Clover brought up the rear. The room they found themselves in was divided into two separate areas by a curved wall. A thick glass window built into that wall made it possible to see it on the other side of the division.
You know, I think the window looks into another room.
Maybe it's for monitoring something.
Yeah, test subjects. Junpei walked to the window and looked through.
What the hell?
He wasn't sure what else to say. In the center of the room, shaped like a quarter circle, a mannequin lay on what looked like a medical exam table.
Ugh, it looks so creepy.
Junpei jumped a little. He hadn't noticed Lotus come up next to him.
It's kind of like that doll is waiting for surgery.
This is a laboratory, right? I'd say it's more like it's waiting to be experimented on.
Ooh,
Stop, please.
It's creepy either way. You don't think that thing's gonna suddenly sit up or something, do you?
No, I'd shit myself.
Well, I don't know. I mean, look at all those cables sticking out of it. If we press the wrong button, I don't know.
Stop it. Just thinking about it is terrifying.
No shit. She was scraping her arms. The knuckles on her hands were white.
Wait, where's Clover?
Pushing a bunch of random buttons. She was still standing near the entrance of the room. Her face had the appearance of calm, but it was drawn and somehow sad.
What is she?
There was something almost pitiful about her. Junpei walked over to her and, as kindly as he could, spoke.
Are you okay?
Clover looked away.
What are you talking about?
What? I'm just worried about you. You've been real quiet.
What? I can't be quiet if I want to?
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, of course you can. I just...
Okay then. If I can be quiet if I want, just leave me alone, okay?
Come on, you know I can't do that. We gotta work together.
Clover bit her lip and was silent for a moment.
Junpei, you just don't get it!
Then suddenly... Her cry took Junpei by surprise as he stumbled backward a few steps, alarmed.
My brother's not the kind of person who'd just leave me behind!
I think that's obvious.
Something happened to him! Something bad.
Yeah.
Junpei had nothing to say. Lotus, jolted from her mannequin nightmares by Clover's voice, turned toward them.
What happened?
Clover's eyes slid to Lotus, then back to Junpei.
Look, just don't bother me, okay? Leave me alone.
Finished, she turned around. Before Junpei or Lotus could say anything, Clover had begun to walk quickly away.
Hey, wait, Clover! Hold on! That way is...
I told you to leave me alone!
Okay, bye. He might as well have been talking to a wall for all the notice she took of his cries. Not even slowing down, she made for a doorway cut in the wall in front of her. Without even slowing down, she passed through the doorway, and it closed.
Clover, watch out above you!
And with that warning, an iron grate fell from the ceiling like a portcullis. Portcullis? What the fuck? Fucking a guillotine. How about that? Sealing Clover in it.
What the heck? What's going on here?
Clover grabbed hold of the iron bars and shook them as hard as she could.
Hang on! I'll get it open!
Oh, for crying out. You'll never do it on your own.
Junpei grabbed the bars and pulled. In a moment, Lotus joined him. Three of them pulled as hard as they could, but... If anything, you want to lift up, not pull.
Damn it! It's not moving.
Good going, Clover.
Wait! Are you gonna give up? Just like that?
Next time, how about you fucking listen?
No, I'm not giving up. This has got to be another one of Zero's puzzles.
If it is, then there's gotta be a way to open it.
Junpei
Just what
nodded.
I was thinking. Now all we gotta do is find it. Lotus and I can look around out here. Clover, you're gonna have to see if you can find anything in there.
Oh, yes, I'm on it.
Oh, I swear to God. This looks like it's gonna be a long one.